So you want to know about the cost of living in New Haven, Connecticut. Well, this video is going to talk all about the cost of living in New Haven. So let's get at it. Hi, my name is Rob Clark, and my wife Victorine Clark and I both are professional real estate agents, and I was born and raised right here in New Haven, Connecticut. And this video is going to talk all about the cost of living right here in New Haven. So that means we're going to talk about housing, whether you're renting or looking to purchase. We're going to talk about utilities, groceries. We're going to talk about transportation, and full disclosure, the restaurants. So stay tuned to the end because I got a special treat when it comes to those restaurants. And if this is your first time to our YouTube channel and you want to know everything there is about New Haven, well, we do tons and tons of videos on everything you need to know. So go ahead and tap that subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And honestly, we get so many phone calls, emails, texts every single day from folks moving to New Haven and relocating here, and we absolutely love it. I'm not sure if it's sometimes the students moving into the area because of the colleges, or it's even families moving because of maybe the employment at the various colleges and the various employers throughout the New Haven area. But if you're thinking of moving and relocating here, make sure you reach out to us. Give us a phone call, send us an email, shoot us a text. Hey, even send those carrier pigeons. However you want to get a hold of us, we are here and we have your back when it comes to moving. You know, I feel kind of lucky growing up in New Haven, Connecticut because it's steeped in rich history. Just to give you an idea, it was 1640 when a small village named Quinnipiac was officially named New Haven, Connecticut. And it was the following year, 1641, when they actually laid the city out using the grid system. It was the first time that grid system was used. So, you know, New Haven has a population of 130,000, and the median income is somewhere around 39,000, 40,000 a year. Now compare that to our neighbors down the street, the Big Apple, New York City, where the median income is somewhere around 60,000 and the population is 8 million. Yes, I did say 8 million. So you may say, well, in that case, what does it cost to purchase a home in New Haven? Well, the average cost for a home in New Haven is somewhere around 171,000. Now, that's a little bit below the median average, which is for the nation, it's about 230,000. Now, again, compare that to New York, where the average cost of a home in New York is going to run you somewhere around $680,000. Yes, you heard me right, 680. So you can imagine you're going to have a number of folks who work in the Big Apple, New York, but take advantage of our low cost of living here in New Haven. So you say, great, but you're not necessarily looking to purchase, you're thinking of doing that rental option. What does it cost to rent in New Haven? Well, you can get a 2-bedroom apartment for somewhere around $1,460 a month, but maybe you're looking for a 3-bedroom. 3-bedroom is going to run you somewhere around $1,800. Or you may need that one extra bedroom, 4-bedroom. And a 4-bedroom generally runs, you're going to be paying somewhere north of $2,000, something like $2,100 a month. So now you got your living arrangement all squared away. You know where you're going to be staying. Of course, the first question is, well, how much is it going to cost to stay there? You know, what are my utilities? What are, in other words, my energy expenses going to be? Well, the monthly energy costs in New Haven is somewhere around $180 a month. That's going to include your water, sewer, your electric, your gas. And keep in mind, if you are thinking that you're gonna have gas throughout the city. That may not be the case, because remember, this is the Northeast and you have a number of homes that actually heat with oil. So you're gonna have to take a look at it, or at least take that into consideration. If you're gonna be heating with oil, just about every oil company will require a minimum of 100 gallons to do a refill. And normally what you're gonna have probably something like a 300-gallon tank there in the lower level, usually in the basement. But 100 gallons of oil is gonna run you somewhere around 169 or 170 currently. That's the current going price for oil. So now you got your living arrangements, you know where you're going to be staying, you got your utilities all squared away, but obviously you're going to have to pay for them somehow. So how do I get to work? And what are the modes of transportation to get me to my place of employment? Well, you can always bike. That's certainly an option, especially if you are working downtown and you're living in that downtown area. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was born not too far from downtown, which also, while we're on the subject of downtown New Haven, Yale is pretty much overlaps a good part of downtown New Haven. And yes, I was born, I guess, about 4 blocks. I lived 4 or 5 blocks, easily walking distance to Yale or any of the downtown places of employment. So you can walk in many cases, or of course ride a bike. New Haven did have a bike share outfit. Currently that has been suspended. We're hoping that that's going to come back, but maybe biking isn't your thing anyway. Maybe you really need to take a bus, and New Haven does have a bus system. CT Transit is the bus system that covers all of New Haven, and all the bus routes pretty much converge in downtown New Haven on the New Haven Green. A one-day pass on CT Transit will cost you somewhere around $3. If you're a senior citizen or if you have a disability, you get a 50% discount, so that's going to cost you somewhere around $160 for a bus ride. Now, you may be one of those that actually are looking to hop on a bus and take the bus to the train station and then take that train right on into New York. Well, we have Metro North that will take you from New Haven right on into New York City, the Big Apple, and that will cost somewhere around $23 during peak rush hour time. They also give a 50% discount if you are a senior citizen or if you have a disability. So if you're going to New Haven, going from New Haven into New York, you're looking at somewhere around $23, and that's during the peak rush hour. Now let's say you go in the opposite direction. You're not going to New York City, but you're going opposite, which is up towards New London, where you have a number of employers up that way. You have the submarine base up towards New London. You also have Electric Boat, which is up that way. Not to mention 2 major casinos. You have Mohegan Sun and you have Foxwood. Foxwood actually happens to be the largest single casino across the US. They're the largest casino in one location, that is. And I have gone up there, we have gone up there as a family so many times. It is a fabulous place. It's very, very family friendly. You have the stores, you have the restaurants, the hotels are very comfortable, and you can spend a weekend there. Certainly a day, but you can easily spend a weekend. I've done it many times, so keep that in mind. But if you're going up to New London for employment and you need to leave out of New Haven, it's going to cost you about $8 for a one-way trip from New Haven to New London. Now, if you decide, you realize that you really need to go straight up through Connecticut, from New Haven possibly to Hartford, or even outside, straight up through Hartford to Springfield. Now, Pratt Whitney is currently in the East Hartford area. That's another big employer, part of United Technologies. But if you're going straight up through Hartford into Springfield, Massachusetts, you can get a one-way ticket on the CT rail that will take you straight up to Springfield, Mass for $12. But you know what? What if the train system just isn't going to do it for you and you have to go across the water? Well, we have the ferries. The two towns that flank New Haven, you got New London on one side and Bridgeport on the other. They both have ferry transportation that will take you across the water, which is Long Island Sound, and right over to Long Island. Now that is another great and wonderful way to spend the day with the family. So if it's a leisure day where you just want to get out with the family, and whether it's during the week or on the weekend for that matter, you can drive your car right on the ferry, and they have refreshments there. You can get a full course meal if you like, and just sit back, relax with the family, and enjoy the day. The ferry ride would generally run you one way about $60. So now you made it to work, you got your transportation over to your place of employment, you had a full day's work, and what's on your mind but what is there to eat? If you think anything like me, you're thinking, what am I going to eat for dinner? Well, you're in New Haven and you got a number of fabulous restaurants, and yep, that's my treat for today. New Haven, you have 3 of the top pizza restaurants. That's right, the top 5, and you can Google it to verify. Anytime you Google these restaurants, you're going to get one of them in the top 5, and that's Pepe's, Sally's, or Modern. Pepe's been in existence since 1905, and they are well known throughout the U.S. As beating out New York even in terms of pizza. Their claim to fame is the clam pizza. So if you happen to like clams, that is the signature pizza. But you can get a large pizza from Pepe's for about $30. So if you like pizza, New Haven is the place to be. Wooster Square is the place where you can go and get that fabulous pizza. But maybe you're not looking for a pizza and you want to take advantage of the fact that you are on the shoreline and there are some excellent seafood restaurants in the area. So you have a choice between Jimmy's, that's one, Lenny's and Joe's, which is actually right there on the water, on the side shoreline there, so you have a nice view of the water. Or you have another one, which is Chowder Pot. They're all very good restaurants, and you're generally going to spend probably about $45, $50 for a decent meal. But you're saying, you know what, instead of eating out after work, you want to just go and run to the store and take something home. Well, you certainly can do that. Stop and Shop is one of the major restaurants there here in New Haven, and you can look to spend pretty much the national average. So for a gallon of milk, you're going to be looking at about $2.50. Loaf of bread, somewhere around $4, and a carton of eggs, you can expect to spend about $2.30. So you should have a good idea of the cost of living in New Haven, Connecticut. And by all means, take a look at our other videos on the best neighborhoods in New Haven, the pros and cons of those neighborhoods. And when you get a chance, go ahead and leave a comment down below on this video here if you have any questions on the information that you saw in this video, or even if you had suggestions on future videos that you'd like to see. And by all means, if you're moving to New Haven and getting ready to relocate, make sure to reach out to us. Give us a call, send us an email, shoot us a text, or like I said before, send up those carrier pigeons. But however you choose to get in touch with us, we have your back when it comes to moving to New Haven.